What's up, Fackers? We are back with our fantasy and chill week 5 preview. We're going to do same thing we did last week. We're going to go through all the games, talk about the guys you need to be playing in your fantasy football lineups this week to win your matchup. We do have some more COVID concerns like last week. We got those pesky Titans again.
Those fucking Titans. Just call them what they are. Those fucking Titans.
Going out, meeting up when they weren't supposed to. The Titans-Bills game. Well, we'll get to them in a second. Obviously, being delayed, you probably heard the news. But let's just go ahead and start it off. We're going to try to run through these games relatively quickly, not take too much time here. But game 1, Sunday at noon, we have the Jacksonville Jaguars at our Houston Texans. I can say
I can say it now, yeah.
Okay, so obviously this is the second highest over/under of the slate of the week. All right, I
guess it is. Damn,
both these defenses are pretty fucking bad. All right, we've already talked about kind of that video we put out the other day where we're talking about buy low, sell high guys. That we expect the Texans, after the firing of Bill O'Brien, just have some more energy, some more juice. Deshaun Watson looks to put up big points this game. Maybe David Johnson gets back on track. Will Fuller, if you want to stack him with Watson. And then on the Jaguars side, the Texans have probably the worst run defense in the league. So James Robinson looks to continue his early season success. What do we feel about maybe a streaming Minshew start?
It's doable. I was looking at the stats. It's weird because the Texans actually haven't given up more than 260 yards to a quarterback yet.
Because the other team just stops throwing the ball because they're kicking our ass.
The Texans also are the only team that haven't gotten an interception.
Or a fumble.
We don't
have a turnover.
Turnover period, yeah.
That's pretty amazing.
It's pretty amazing. That means they're bad. So, yeah, I guess
That's true.
You might be a little concerned with DJ Chark because he's going against Roby, who's our shadow corner.
Don't concern yourself with Bradley Roby. Okay.
You're fine with most guys playing that week. I wouldn't play Randall Cobb.
No, don't be like some idiots and play Randall Cobb. Definitely don't do that. But just talk about those big names again. I look for Watson to have a big game. James Robinson have another big game.
Well, yeah, I guess we can say like all your studs are basically playing this week. We don't have to go through all those. What about Chenault going against?
I think Chenault could be a sneaky play. He's getting each week. Definitely. He's getting a little bit more touches. And I think if he's going to explode against any team, might as well be the Texans.
And Keller, you're familiar with the Texans a little bit more than me and Matt, but okay. Tim Kelly, the offensive coordinator, right? Apparently Watson has like high praise for him. And is he going to be calling the plays now?
I guess what I would do is I would tell Deshaun Watson to do whatever the fuck you want. Go out there, call your own plays.
That's the whole point. Apparently Watson is like praising this guy, and he's expecting the Texans offense to really take off now that
I think
I don't want to use that word. That's kind of a strong word. Bill O'Brien's not there.
Look, I'll just say that. If the Seahawks are going to let Russ cook, let's fucking let Deshaun Watson cook too, okay?
Yeah.
Screw David Johnson. Screw Duke Johnson.
Now it would help if he had Hopkins, but yeah, I agree.
Yeah. Will Fuller, though, in the games that he has stayed healthy and played, he's been pretty good this year.
Pretty good, but yes. Yeah.
He could have been really good last week if he would have held on to that amazing catch at the end of the game.
Could have won a game.
But he dropped it. He lost.
Didn't even see it.
But was it the most important drop in Texans history? If we win that game, does Bill O'Brien get fired?
In a way it was because...
Are you saying he meant to drop it?
But for the wrong reasons, it was the most important.
No, Will Fuller doesn't mean to drop it. He doesn't have to try and drop it. He just drops it, okay?
Natural.
Yeah, okay.
All right, let's move on. That's enough Texans talk. But yeah, start your studs in this game. Second highest over under the week. Lots of scoring. Next game, we have probably in all these games, we talk about it every week, but man, the points just are flowing in the NFL. We got the Carolina Panthers at the Atlanta Falcons. Falcons, we know, notoriously bad defense. They just let Robert Tonyan tear them up last week. So if you're talking about the Panthers, Teddy, probably a good streaming start option this week if you need a quarterback.
Yeah.
Robbie Anderson have gotten off to a nice start.
Yeah, been solid this year, which is weird.
Very good, yes.
If you're like Britt and you're a DJ Moore owner, I think he could do something this week finally.
This is his week with this matchup. I mean, it should be high scoring. What was the over/under, Keller?
I don't have it written down.
I'm showing 55,
sure.
which is why I didn't think the Texans were the second highest.
At the time when I looked the other day, the Texans were the second highest.
Oh, okay. So. I mean, I just looked today on CBS. It said 55, which means there's going to be a shit ton of points scored. Basically, you can play almost anyone you want, except for maybe Ian Thomas, Panthers tight end.
Yeah, I don't think there's more tight ends. Mike Davis has been playable since he took over. Pretty good. So
Russell Gage, I feel fine with him too.
Yeah, if we're talking about the Falcons,
Julio
everybody in the Falcons passing game that's playing, you're playing. Matt Ryan, Russell Gage.
I'll say I'm not playing Russell Gage if Julio is playing, but if Julio doesn't play, I'll play Russell Gage.
Calvin Ridley. I'm starting Hayden Hurst this week.
Out of necessity.
Matt, you playing Gurley?
Against the Panthers?
Yeah, you have to.
I'm asking. You didn't play him last week.
Well, I learned my lesson.
Yeah. Panthers have been giving up some points to running backs.
Yeah.
Well,
Britt, you should know Josh Jacobs first week of the year.
Besides Kenyon Drake, sorry.
Okay, well. He's had a rough year, okay?
Ripperoni
is correct.
Yeah, I think we like pretty much all the guys in this game. The matchups are pretty well for them. Like, these are pretty bad defenses.
Yeah, like I said, the only guy you wouldn't consider starting is Ian Thomas, and it really just comes down to who else you have available.
All right, next game. Las Vegas Raiders at the Kansas City Chiefs. Let's talk about the Raiders. They've been a little surprising team this year in the way they put up points, but Josh Jacobs worries me, especially against the Chiefs. Now, the Patriots, due to their really good defense, were able to keep it close for the Chiefs for the most part and kind of kept everything
their defense, they just fucking just slowed down the game so much.
But if the Chiefs get off to a hot start in this game, which they can, then the Raiders are going to go away from Josh Jacobs and throw the ball a lot. So it kind of worries me a little bit. But obviously, you're still playing Jacobs just because you drafted him.
You saw Damon Harris too last week go off for 100+ yards.
Right,
his first game of the season.
Yeah,
but I don't know if you're playing. I don't know if you're playing any other Raiders besides Darren Waller.
Well, Darren Waller.
Yeah,
maybe
Waller,
Renfro.
That's about it. Yeah, I mean maybe Renfro.
Yeah, if you need a solid 5.5 points, you play Renfro.
He had 8 last week.
Henry Ruggs did practice today too, so he might be coming back.
Yeah,
but I'm not playing
practice. The
speedster.
As far as the Chiefs, we don't have to tell you. Like Mahomes, Edwards-Helaire, Tyreek Hill, Travis Kelce. You're starting all of them.
I'll say for those CEH owners that have been worrying about him, because he's been okay the past few weeks. This is the week he's going to go off. I promise you. Worst run defense in the league, Raiders.
So how many points? Is he breaking 20?
9.
9?
Yeah, he'll get you 20+ points.
All right, you heard it here first. CEH 20+ points on the loaded offense. There's only a certain amount of points to go around, Matt.
That's the problem. That's been the problem with him though. Is just because they have so many options, like near the like fucking Tyreek Hill and McCall Hardman scored on the 5-yard line last week. Got
to get Mahomes his touchdowns. You're paying for him.
Yeah, I guess so.
All right, so next game does not have quite the appeal these first 3 games have. We got the Arizona Cardinals at the New York Jets. Joe Flacco starting for the Jets. Are you playing any Jets? Le'Veon Bell looks to come back this week off the IR. If you have Le'Veon Bell, you playing him?
I think you can, actually, yeah.
I think he's flex worthy.
He's going to catch passes, even if they go down. Like he's the best pass catcher running back that they have. Like you're playing
exactly
Frank Gore over him. And
he's going to get 15+ touches.
Britt, tell him who else we're playing this week.
Jamison Crowder.
There we go.
I actually don't mind it. Look, and I mean, I have him on my team, and I mean, my team's really good, so I wouldn't start him. But he is a wide receiver 3 just because he is the only dependable. Well, that Barrios guy is not terrible, but he's the only dependable guy, and Flacco's going to be targeting him. I don't know.
How many points did Crowder have last week? Like 17 or something?
15. He had 7 catches on 10 targets for 85 yards. Both the games he's played, he's had 13 and 10 targets. He's the only option there. I'm not playing him personally, but if you need a flex guy, he's your guy. And then I'm looking for Kenyon Drake to get back on track this week.
That's what I said last week.
I don't like the way it's trending. Chase Edmonds is getting more and more touches. Now, Drake exited the game last week with that injury, so
very true, and he's fine.
Edmonds ended it for him, so he got kind of like his touches were a little inflated to what they actually should have been, but they're getting him involved. This is Kyler's team. All right, Kyler's running the ball. Kyler's throwing the ball. Kenyon Drake is just showing that maybe last year was just a flash in the pan, those few games with the Cardinals, and I don't know. He's definitely, of all the guys that were taken in the first 2 rounds, he's definitely the most worrisome right now.
Yeah, and I don't know how Adam Gase still has a job because I thought he would be fired before Bill O'Brien. So
I don't. He's a good interviewer, I guess. I don't know. People love him. Yeah,
I don't know. At some point, push comes to shove, and you better put up or shut up.
There was something I saw today saying like during practice he's doing stuff that sports science wouldn't agree with, but he's gonna do it anyways. Like, what does that even mean? Like he's just.
It was like Trump. He doesn't agree with the science.
Yeah. Oh, Brit's on here. Can't talk about Trump. It's gonna get to a whole other podcast.
I agree.
Yeah, so we don't care about that game basically.
Yeah. Next game, Philadelphia Eagles at the Pittsburgh Steelers. The Pennsylvania pound.
Battle of
I couldn't think of anything else to do with P word.
The Pennsylvania Pound Town?
Pounding.
The Battle of the Liberty Bell.
Steelers coming back from that surprising bye they got last week because of the COVID situation. Big Ben coming off a bye has scored over 20 points in his last 5 games coming off a bye. There's your nice
Great
little stat there.
Stat.
Deontay Johnson should be back this week, so if you want to start, you're starting Juju. If you want to start Deontay Johnson, I don't hate it versus Eagles defense. James Conner. Britt, you playing James Conner?
Yes, he is. 200-yard games in a row. Why would I sit him?
There you go. On the Eagles side, they're still dealing with the injuries. Miles Sanders, this is a tough matchup for him, but you're playing him because you have to play him.
You're hoping for like some receiving yards.
Yes, you're hoping for a lot of touches.
Zach Ertz should continue
to
see targets.
It's just a tough match for the Steelers.
I played Greg Ward last week due to my situation I was in, and he started out great, had like 4 catches in the first quarter, and then didn't catch another pass. But he should still continue to see targets. Not that you're not probably starting him unless you're just ravished with COVID and stuff. Other than that, I think they're all still in. Is Alshon playing this week?
To be determined. He's been practicing a little bit, but
if Alshon plays, he's going to get a ton of targets and he's going to get red zone targets. But it's probably still too early to throw him out there.
It's too early, and it's a bad matchup.
Yeah.
He didn't practice today because of an illness, though, of what I'm reading. So it wasn't his foot; it was because he was sick.
Okay.
And from what I've seen of Carson Wentz this season, you're not
playing.
So many better options right now. You're not playing Carson Wentz.
I will say with Deontay Johnson, though, I am a little worried this week. He's got Darius Slay on him, who has been a good cornerback. Hasn't allowed a touchdown this year. So if you have to play him, I understand, but there might be some better options out
there. All right, next game. Los Angeles Rams at the Washington football team. Football team making the switch to Kyle Allen instead of Dwayne Haskins.
Hey, whose house?
Whose house? I'll give it to you.
But Kyle Allen played quite a bit last year. Actually serviceable fantasy-wise a few times. Now, due to dumping the ball off to Christian McCaffrey 20 times a game. But is Antonio Gibson Christian McCaffrey?
No. Is Antonio Gibson Christian McCaffrey? Is what you should just end up.
But Antonio Gibson has been getting more and more touches. You're probably playing Gibson this week just because he's been better and better. You're playing Terry McLaurin. That's about it on the football team.
Did you see the reports that it was racist because he was sitting? People were calling Ron Rivera racist for starting Kyle Allen. It's like, no, it's because Haskins sucks ass.
Well, yeah, but
I'll say Haskins wasn't bad against the Ravens last week.
He wasn't okay. He threw for 300 yards, but I mean, look, he
started 11 games in his career. He's 3-8 with no weapons.
Very true. It's a lose-lose situation, now, but I guess I don't know.
But hey, Terry McLaurin, you playing him?
Yeah. Well, you're not playing Terry McLaurin. But Ron Rivera's reasoning was that they didn't have the offseason and for Dwayne Haskins to learn the playbook and everything, and Kyle Allen's already familiar with it. But
that's a perfectly good reason.
Is it? Perfect good reason to bench someone.
On the Rams side, though...
Wait, whose house? Cook's house? What the hell happened to that?
Look, I'm a Cougar, and I can say myself that Kyle Allen's garbage. Okay.
Okay, on the Rams side, since we have our Henderson guys here, was it a little concerning how much Malcolm Brown actually played last
I'm
week?
not a Henderson guy.
Oh, you're a Henderson guy.
No,
all of a sudden.
apparently McVay said that when they got in the close game, they wanted to pound the ball with Malcolm Brown, is what I read. So Henderson still
Which
is the
is-
more versatile back.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
But not yet. Oh, no, I'm just agreeing with you.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I think Henderson still has the most upside in this backfield. Cam Akers is coming back this week. So I just don't trust this situation. And Matt kind of found out the hard way. Like Henderson was a must start last week and just kind of fizzled into nothing. And I mean, it's just McVay said it, and you have to believe him at his word now that he wants to do a running back by committee, and that's no good for fantasy football.
The whole reason that Henderson took off was because everybody else got hurt. He had 2 games all to himself. We saw last week Malcolm Brown comes back, and in this game, if Cam Akers comes back, the waters are just way too muddy to throw any of them out there.
Would you start Henderson, though?
I'm starting Henderson in my 20 team.
What about a 12-team league at flex? I guess we are starting him in a 20.
If I'm talking about like a 10-team league, I'm hoping I have better options.
Yeah, because this could be the same scenario where they just get up and then just pound the ball with, you know what I'm saying? Like, I think they're kind of saving Darrell Henderson. He is the most explosive back in that backfield, so I wouldn't play him this week. I would just kind of I would just hold on to him. I wouldn't drop him, but I'd hold on to him.
They're +9 favorites right now, so minus 9 favorites. So they should be running the ball.
Receivers, though, you're playing Robert Woods, you're playing Cooper Kupp.
I'm a little worried about Woods. Just
Jared,
a little bit. You
Jared
still
Goff,
have to play him.
I wouldn't
Higbee
probably play
too.
this week. Yeah, Higbee, obviously.
You're worried about? I'm worried about Higbee. If that's what you're.
I'm worried about Goff.
I got the wrong
just
game
because
on
I think they could get up big and stop throwing.
Let's go to this YouTube question. Raheem Mostert against the Dolphins, first game back, possibly in a while. I don't know if he's actually been confirmed that he's playing, or Joshua Kelly against the Saints. I already know
I go Kelly.
Really?
Well, because I just don't know what Mostert's going to give you. McKinnon's look good. Jeff Wilson's look
good.
All against me. He's the fucking best running back in the league. So
McKinnon got most of the carries last week. If Raheem comes back, he's the most explosive back they have. If he's going to play, then I'd probably play him over Kelly, just because I think the Chargers are going to go down big against the Saints, and Justin Jackson's more the receiving back.
Josh Kelly.
Justin Jackson's been in the third down back role before.
I'm going to go with most. I'm going to go with most here if he plays.
My boy.
That's the thing, though.
Just
if he
because
plays.
Josh Kelly kind of scared me last week with his workload.
Josh Kelly's not looking good either.
9 carries on 7 yards, 3 catches for 26. I mean, look, he could have a huge game, which is New Orleans. Like, I understand with Eckler being out, but I don't know. Mostert has had 19 and 20 this season. So, I mean, he has that big play potential. Take it to the house, win you a matchup by himself.
He's the Tyreek Hill of running backs,
so
man.
39 points, but probably 30 of them are on 2 plays.
Possibly.
Yes.
Or more than that, actually.
What you're taking.
Yeah, I mean, you can't dispute the fact, though. I mean, Kelly has had in his last 2 games, he's had a fumble in each of his games. And I mean, that could be weighing. Justin Jackson could be the guy to step in and have a little bit bigger role because he has been hurt this whole time.
There's your answer.
All right.
Cam Kane.
Next game. Cincinnati Bengals at the Baltimore Ravens. Obviously on the Ravens, you're starting Lamar and Mark Andrews. That running back situation scares the hell out of me. I wouldn't start
just like
any
the Rams.
of them just because you don't know what's going to happen. It
If
could
you
be
have
Mark
to,
Ingram.
If you have to start one, it's Ingram.
It's
just
Ingram
because
of the goal
touchdown
line.
upside.
But it could be Ingram. It could be Dobbins. If they go up big, then it's fucking Gus Edwards.
We'll see.
So
And
it's just-
people kind of, I don't know if people missed it, but last week Marquise Brown had a huge play and went down at the 1-yard line, and then Mark Ingram got the carry for the touchdown.
Yeah.
So
He's touchdown or bust, basically.
yes,
No Ravens running back has gotten more than 11 carries this year.
I have no problem playing Marquise Brown though. I feel like Lamar Jackson has been a little inaccurate this year, a little bit more inaccurate than last year, I guess. But I don't know. I think Marquise Brown could have a huge game.
Agreed. I like it.
All right, on the Bengals side, Joe Mixon coming off his by far best game of the season, 40-pointer. You're obviously still playing him. And then if they go down big, they're big underdogs here to the Ravens, then Joe Burrow's going to throw it 50 times like he has been. And so T. Higgins has emerged as his favorite target lately.
Let me ask you, who are you playing, T. Higgins or A.J. Green?
I think at this point you have to play T. Higgins.
I think, yeah. I'm 1,000% agree with that.
I saw that today A.J. Green has like 30-something targets. And he only has like 100 and like 110 receiving yards. That's almost impossible.
Yeah. I think him and DJ Moore are the only people that have like over a certain amount of targets without a touchdown.
And just he's not getting anything.
Yeah,
no catches, no yards, no touchdowns.
He's washed.
I think they're transitioning. They're going young. T. Higgins has been the hot guy lately, and I think he's going to continue to be the favorite target. So.
And see, the biggest thing for AJ Green was like he was always a touchdown hog. Like when you got down to the 5-6 yard line, like you could look to him in the end zone, and this T. Higgins dude is 6'4", 210, and like he is that kind of end zone threat now. And so I like T. Higgins. I like Tyler Boyd also. Tyler Boyd's a must start.
I like Tuttles.
Must start this week against the Ravens?
Tyler Boyd?
I don't know if he's a must start. I mean, I guess it depends on your team, but
yeah, I mean, he's a wide receiver too right now in rankings. So yeah. I don't see a situation where you can sit him.
This might be the hardest matchup for any slot receiver though.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean,
I'm still playing him. I think him and Burrow.
I think he's still have to play.
All right. Let's get into the afternoon games for Sunday. We got the Miami Dolphins at the San Francisco 49ers. On the Niners side, we talked about their running back situation a little bit with that question. If Mostert plays, then I think you got to play him. But you're kind of hoping, if you're a McKinnon owner, that Mostert's out because McKinnon has been very good stepping in for him. So if Mostert's out,
running back 10 right now. PPR.
So if Mostert's out, McKinnon is a must play. Kittle coming off his huge game, 15 catches. He's going to get all the targets no matter who they're starting, whether it's – have they announced if it's Mullins or Beathard yet? Or Garoppolo?
I think Garoppolo practiced this week. I want to say
he was officially limited today.
Yeah. If I had to guess, it'd probably be Jimmy G, but you're not playing him.
Yeah, you're not playing a quarterback. I'm just talking about receivers. It's not going to affect Kittle. Now, Debo came back last week, but
you can't play him yet.
You can't play any receivers. Ayuk had the big play last week, but other than that, he didn't do anything. So you're pretty much staying away from all Niners except if Mostert's ruled out, you're playing McKinnon, and you're for sure playing Kittle.
Yeah.
That's about it on the Niners side.
Yeah.
Dolphins, Myles Gaskin. He didn't do great last week, but it was like a tough matchup against the Seahawks. Devontae Parker has been great when he's coming back from the injury. He had 10 catches last week from Fitzpatrick.
Richard Sherman's coming back this week too, though.
I'm not as much worried. Richard Sherman.
Gaskin did have 66% of the snap percentage at running back.
It's just he has no against one of the toughest run defenses in the league. He has no touchdown upside.
No, I know, but he's never had less than 3 catches in a game. He's had, I mean, he gets the touches basically is what you're looking for.
Yeah,
he's a flex guy. I'm not happy to play him, but if you're in the situation where you have him, you're probably playing him.
True.
So Gaskin and Devontae Parker. I don't know if you're streaming Fitzy this week. Doesn't have the best matchup like he did last week. So
I played him last week, and he kind of the dud. And 49ers are like second ranked against tight ends, and I don't know. I was a little worried because that Seattle Miami game was a weird game last week. I was expecting shootout, and it was just kind of.
It's always those kind of games where it's like you expect those kind of games, and it just doesn't turn out to what you.
All right, next game in the afternoon slate, we got the Indianapolis Colts at the Cleveland Browns. The Colts, man, I want to see Jonathan Taylor get more touches as a Taylor owner. He hasn't looked bad.
He's looked bad.
Hey, here's a quiz. Hey, what are their records if you're not looking at it? If you're looking at it, then just...
I mean, Browns are what, 3-1?
3-1 and 3-1?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I can kind of see it. I mean, Browns started
I know. I feel like there's a lot of, like the Bears too, though. There's a lot of 3-1 teams right now who are, I guess,
the Bears
joke. They're not smoke.
Yeah.
So
I'll say this: if you want to pick a game where you just want to avoid, like, don't watch, then this would be the game. This game's gonna be boring as shit. I don't know why. It's gonna be so run heavy. Like, if you are Jonathan Taylor and expect a lot of carries, if you're a Kareem Hunt owner, expect a lot of carries, but it's just gonna be low scoring, I think.
Okay, Keller, here's a fair question. How do you feel about Jonathan Taylor? As a Taylor owner who drafted him relatively high, are you still like he's been top 10 consensus in rankings the past 2 weeks and kind of fell flat?
I'm just like, he's doing okay. If he could just get a solid 20 touches a game, it'd be great.
Yeah, if I can get us 20 touches a game.
What do you mean the top end running backs get over 20 touches a game? They're giving all these touches to Jordan Wilkins and Nyheim Hines.
Yeah, I see what he's saying. In the past 2 games, he's had 18 and 14 touches, but he's not doing a whole lot with them, I guess. But it's kind of the game flow too they've been in.
They feel like they have to use all these guys when they don't. They don't have to do that.
His vision doesn't look good to me.
Matt, you're not even watching the game.
I am.
You're just saying that because I'm a Taylor owner.
Well, hold on. Let's hear him out, Ryan.
No, he runs
in the red zone. They just show the scoring plays.
He runs into the back of the pile. I've watched more than you think.
Oh, you're going home and watching film?
Yeah, I watched James Robinson.
Hey, that's fucking weird. But you didn't go home and watch Jonathan Taylor. So.
I did.
Well, hey. To be fair, I do the same thing. I go look at highlights just from my guy.
Ryan's just mad
because I was watching Justin Herbert highlights all day.
Why did you pick him up?
Ryan's mad because I'm talking shit about his guy right now.
He is. Well, that's why I asked him, because he's an owner and he has a vested interest in it. But look, I'm declaring
shit about your guys.
I'll talk shit about Fournette right now.
Hey, shut your mouth! I'm trying to declare my like for someone. Justin Herbert.
Okay, we know you like Justin Herbert because you picked him up for some reason.
Okay, other Colts. You're starting Taylor. You're not starting any receivers. T.Y. Hilton is so bad. Like, I might drop him.
Did you see the stat today? I guess that T.Y. Hilton hasn't had like over 90 yards since Andrew Luck retired.
We thought that Phillip Rivers would maybe throw him a couple deep balls a game, but he's not. T.Y. Hilton is getting really close to a drop for me if I have any more issues with my team, so it sucks. But yeah, he's not playable right now. Let's put it this way. I had 2 chances to play him last week, and I picked Greg Ward and Hunter Renfrow over. So
that's how you know he's been bad.
Like, I guess I reminisce about Marvin Harrison, who was so great, like even at an older age, because he was that kind of slot guy, that very dependable guy who would catch the ball like 5, 6, 7 yards. And T.Y. Hilton's still trying to be that burner on the outside. Is that the kind of feel y'all get?
I just feel like this offense is just not designed to throw the ball, and they just want to run the ball.
The Browns have allowed the 3rd most receiving yards and ranked 29th against receivers, though. If there's ever a time to play him.
Well, Dak just threw for 500 last game.
I think Zach Pascal's a good play this week. Okay? Good, solid floor play. Not so much a ceiling play. But it's just a mixture of, like, Phillip Rivers in there who looks old, trying to pass to another receiver that's over 30. Like, it's just...
Dearness Johnson, y'all running him out there?
Huge waiver Browns real quick. We had the Chubb injury. Chubb is on the IR, so Kareem Hunt vaulted up to going to be a top player every week. Now, this is a really tough matchup. Colts are the #1 run defense. All right, so it's a tough matchup, but with the way the Browns like to run the ball, Kareem Hunt is a must-play regardless. As Britt mentioned, they have the new backup running back, Dearness Johnson, who stepped in last week. We know the Browns like to throw 2 running backs out there. Are you chancing in this game, or are you waiting?
I guess.
I think if you picked him up, you had Chubb, which is what I would have done, and you're probably rolling him out there because you lost Chubb. Unless you have Hunt and Chubb, then it's totally different. But I can see him being a flex play.
Yeah, like in a pinch with all these other concerns. Yeah, like all these running backs going down, COVID stuff happening. Like, yeah, you might have to play him, and it might not be terrible.
Yeah, because this could be like that, or I guess I'll just go into a little bitty rant, but like, you know how the Chargers have like the Eckler and the Melvin Gordon role, and then the Browns have had like the Chubb and Hunt role. Like, maybe they will keep, because like even in that game versus the Cowboys, Hunt didn't just take over. Like, Dearness Johnson had 13 carries, I think.
He had more carries than Hunt did.
Yes, he had 13 for 95. Like, they're gonna use him. I mean, I don't know. It could be a roll offense, I guess is what I'm saying.
Yeah, my concern is the Colts defense is not the Cowboys defense.
Very true.
Yeah, good point.
The other Browns, we know Odell Beckham exploded last week with his big plays that he had. Well, you're starting Odell regardless. Are you starting anybody else on this passing offense for the Browns?
I don't mind Landry as a flex just because he has a high floor, but no, I'm not excited about it at all.
Still not rolling out Hooper or Baker.
Nope.
Hooper, no, it's the worst tight end to roll up against this defense.
Hey, Rodrigo Blankenship though, pick him up.
Last afternoon game on Sunday, we got the New York Football Giants at the Dallas Cowboys. Are you starting? Well, actually, you probably are this week because the Cowboys are so bad on defense.
Let's just ask, who aren't you starting this week?
But I'm talking about the Giants. If you've been a Giants believer like me all season, if you still have Danny Dimes for some reason, or if you're still banking on starting Darius Slayton.
I'm starting this week.
Any of those guys, Evan Ingram, Britt picked up Evan Ingram. You're rolling them out there.
I am starting Evan Ingram this week
because
I'm an Evan Ingram truther. Yeah,
their defense is so bad. Now, as far as the Giants' running situation, it's a mess.
I'll say Freeman looked decent last week.
Yeah, Freeman did not look terrible. I agree, 1,000%. I don't know why I'm saying 1,000% so much, but yeah.
You've gone up from 100%.
98%.
They used to say 100%. Now 100%. You're up to 1,000.
1,000%.
Look, and the thing with Evan Ingram is he is like number 3 in targets for tight ends, I believe, or he's top 5. I know that for a fact. Another stat I saw was in receptions, George Kittle is 3rd or 4th, I believe, and he's only played 2 games.
Yeah. Well, he got 15 last game.
I know, I'm just saying, it's crazy.
So in our waivers the other day, I had bids on Ingram and Hurst, and I didn't realize that Hurst was later. Like his didn't go off till 5 in the morning.
Yes.
And so I was like, fuck, because if I win Ingram, I can't get Hurst, and I wanted Hurst over Ingram, so I took my bid off Ingram.
How much did you bid on Ingram?
More than you did.
Yeah, I think I bid $0 or no, $3.
Exactly. So I would have had him, but I was like, man, I really want Hurst, but I'm going to screw myself because I'm going to win Ingram before Hurst even goes off waivers. So.
And you had the same player dropped.
I'd rather play Hurst anyway.
Yeah, that's what I did. I'm just saying that.
I'll take Ingram this weekend.
Yeah, better matchup this week. But
put it on the board?
Maybe rest of the season.
Okay, there's a lot of Gallup owners that are worried. Should be worried this week.
Is this your own question?
Am I starting him?
He's falling down the pecking order. It's Amari Cooper, and then it's been CeeDee Lamb.
CD. I don't know if y'all remember Walker, Texas Ranger, but he was the guy behind the bar, the old white guy. So
I've never watched an episode. Is that what you just said?
Really? Trevette played for the Cowboys. He was like a walk-on. But yeah, Trevette.
Alex Trevette?
No, Trevette, his black sidekick.
Whoa.
Oh, okay.
Zeke, obviously. What about Dalton Schultz?
Yes.
He's like around probably 10 for me. Like he's playable. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, definitely playable. Dude, 4, 10, 6, and 8 targets.
It's just, the only reason I say that is because 1 week they're going to get up big. Yeah. Like they've been down this whole time.
He's starting in every single week.
It's just he's going to have a terrible week when you're going to be pissed. But I guess you have to take
almost every time.
You have to take the chance.
I don't think you understand how bad Dallas's defense is. If you told me the Cowboys were putting up 40 points every week, I'd be like, "Oh, they're 3-1. They're 1-3."
Yeah, but this is going to prove it. Is if they give up a ton of points this week to this anemic offense, then we're really going to know just how bad this defense is.
Yeah.
Because all the other teams they played so far, like they've been scoring, like Seahawks, Falcons, Browns. They put up points.
Yeah. So Giants better put up points.
So Giants put up points, and you're really gonna know that they're bad. All right, let's get to that Sunday. What were you gonna say, Britt?
I was just gonna say they've given up 20, 39, 38, and 49.
Not good.
It's good. Not.
Hey, Monday Night Football next week. Cardinals.
You know what it is great for though? It's great for those Dak owners.
Hey, it's my Dak analytics.
All right, next. Sunday Night Football, Minnesota Vikings at the Seattle Seahawks. Russell Wilson is a prime time star. Anytime he has these prime time games, he goes off. Look for him and Tyler Lockett to get that stack back established this week after Tyler Lockett's off game. Obviously, you're playing Russell Wilson, Tyler Lockett, DK Metcalf. The running back situation. So Carson was banged up. Carson played last week. I didn't even see how did he do?
He did very well. He had a concussion and he got checked out for it, but he was fine. So, I mean, he had 80 yards for 2 touchdowns and 3 catches for 20. He finished with 23 fantasy points.
There you go. Chris Carson is back.
This game, real quick, I had notes for every game, but somehow my thigh deleted them. I remember for this game specifically, I said start everyone but Rudolph and Irv Smith. There you go.
So on the Vikings, you're obviously playing Dalvin Cook and Adam Thielen. Justin Jefferson?
Yes.
Kirk Cousins?
You can stream them.
Okay. I wouldn't stream Cousins personally, but I don't. Yeah, Vikings, it's Cook, Thielen, and Jefferson, and that's it.
Seahawks have given up a ton of points to quarterbacks.
I don't care.
Okay. You guys don't care. Prove it.
I have no reasoning for that. I just don't care.
All right, he's streamable.
Let's get to Monday. We have a game that was moved to Monday afternoon. We have the Denver Broncos at the New England Patriots. On the Broncos side, Melvin Gordon coming off a great game versus the Jets. The Patriots are not the Jets. Phillip Lindsay looks to be back this week, though, so kind of eat into that role a little bit. As far as on the passing side for the Broncos, Tim Patrick had a great game against the Jets. You're not ruling out any Broncos pass catchers, though, with Fant still. Fant is most likely not playing. He was probably the only guy that you were thinking about playing at all. So, yeah, you're staying away from that Broncos passing game. For the Patriots, who's starting at quarterback?
Brian Hoyer right now.
Even after he got pulled the other day?
Well, that's who he's projected higher. That's all I'm saying.
I haven't seen any reports on anything yet, so I don't even know.
You're not playing him.
You know how Belichick is.
You're not playing the quarterbacks.
No, look, you're possibly playing James White and then Julian Edelman, and that's about it on this Patriots offense.
I don't mind N'Keal Harry.
And Julian Edelman hasn't really been that good lately, but I think that's part of the candidate.
If I had to pick a running back, Harris looked great the other night, but the problem is Sony Michel's in the IR, right?
Yes,
yeah.
He's
but they got Damian Harris, James White was back, Rex Burkhead, JJ, whatever his name is.
I've read this book before, okay?
Yes.
I know what happens.
I'm just saying the guy that's looked the best is Damian Harris, but yeah, you can't start him.
We've read this story.
You can't start him just because there's way too many guys. You need injuries to happen for you to be able to start a Patriots run.
But yeah, I asked you last week when we were watching the games. It was like, yeah, Damian Harris has over 100 yards, but would you feel like safe starting him next week? I don't care who the matchup is. Like, it's just
imagine being some idiot like spending 25% of your fab on him. Like, you know what I'm saying?
The Austin Rose show.
That's kind of a shot at Durham. He doesn't listen to this anyway. Fuck him.
He might. We lose the games. Oh wait, I deleted my notes. I might have had them.
No, we didn't lose the games. I lost this.
Oh well, maybe I can find the next. What games are we missing, Britt? Let's scroll
Chargers and New Orleans. We already did that one, right? That's Monday Night Football.
Yeah, we did that one already.
And then the only one we have now is the Tuesday game.
No, the next
one was
you
that
can
one?
still hear me on the mic, right, Britt?
Yeah. You can.
Yeah.
Yes.
I just can't hear Britt.
Buffalo, Tennessee.
We got the next game is the Los Angeles Chargers at the New Orleans Saints. This was the original Monday night game. The Chargers, we know that Eckler is going to be out for a while. So Josh Kelly and Justin Jackson have that backfield. Which one do you feel better about starting?
Better?
Better.
I guess Josh Kelly, because he's probably more guaranteed to get carries early, but I think Justin Jackson can have a good game too. He could have a better game than Joshua Kelly.
I know, but I'm not willing to risk it right now because we don't know if he's fully healthy. You know what I'm saying? Like, he has had the injury this year. This will be his first, or no, he played last week fully, right? But Eckler went down, so 6 carries for 9 yards and 2 catches for 12. Not very promising, but I understand what you're saying. I think Justin Jackson's more talented than Kelly.
Yeah. All right. I heard what he said. Justin Jackson. Britt, you picked up Herbert. I don't see. I mean, you're not starting him, obviously, but maybe just he's looked pretty decent playing quarterback. You got Keenan Allen, who's been pretty good.
My only reasoning was he's thrown for over 300 yards every game, and this has been versus Tampa Bay's had a pretty good pass defense, and then for Kansas City, he took them into overtime. I don't know. I feel like he's pretty accurate, and he's got some upside.
Yeah, the Saints aren't nothing like they're not the defense they once were either. They've given up 11 touchdowns against the pass this year, so he does have some upside there. He looked good against the Bucs, like you said.
Hold on, look at the schedule. After the Saints, he goes Jets, Dolphins, Jags, and Raiders. Hey, 5 Ed. Who just left?
Right. And then, on the Saints side,
left the Discord, man.
What did it
What did you do?
And you're back. Now I have to fix it again.
Saints side, Breeze is like I've seen him rank 6 or 7 this week. I have no problem playing Breeze.
Yeah, Breeze is definitely streamable too.
All right, you got Breeze, obviously Kamara. Latavius Murray had a good game last week.
Great game.
I could see that happening again against the Chargers.
He's gotten only like 3 or 6 less carries than Kamara has. And this is definitely a game where they should be up, pounding the ball a lot. So you could possibly play Latavius in your flex.
Passing options, I don't know if Thomas is going to play.
If I had to guess.
If he plays, you're playing him, obviously. Yeah. This could be a shootout.
If he doesn't play, though, I don't feel comfortable starting another Saints receiver, though. I don't feel comfortable starting.
Emmanuel Sanders, I have no problem with. The last 2 weeks, he's had 13 and 12, half PPR. He's getting targets, yards, and he's even been looked at the red zone. So I have no problem with Sanders.
I'm saying Traquan because he's in the slot. Yeah. He's been okay. And Casey Hayward is going to be on Emmanuel Sanders. That's the only reason I'm worried about him. But if I had to guess, Michael Thomas probably not playing. They have a bye next week. So why not just rest him? I got fucked by that because I had Devontae Adams this week and now he's on a bye. Or last week and now he's on a bye. So if they're smart, they'd probably just rest him. But you're hating it if you're an owner.
All right. And then the last game got flexed to Tuesday because of COVID. As of now, this game could be canceled. So just like we talked about last week, make sure your league has a contingency plan. But the Buffalo Bills at the Tennessee Titans. I have a lot of stake in this game. Let's start with the Bills. Singletary has been the running back to own there. He got a touchdown last week. Could have easily had 2 touchdowns. You're playing him, obviously. Even if Zach Moss is back, you're still playing Singletary. Josh Allen has been incredible. Him and Stephon Diggs had a great connection. So we don't talk about them, but what about John Brown?
I don't mind playing him, but Tennessee's not the best matchup for him. Just because I think this could be like a 17-14 game, but I don't mind him.
I don't know if I think he might have missed practice today too. I don't know. Check on the injury list. He might be banged up.
He is officially listed as limited at Thursday's
practice. Okay. So I don't know. It's an AJ Brown coming back for the first week in forever. Are you playing him?
Well, so if the Titans play, obviously you're playing Derrick Henry. I'd be tempted to play A.J. Brown.
Going against Tre'Davious White.
If he's 100%, he's the number 1 target there in Tennessee. Should be well rested. I think if you have A.J. Brown, you're probably playing him just because where you drafted him.
You've been waiting so
long.
Yeah, I can easily agree with that.
Corey Davis has the COVID, so he will not be playing.
He will not.
Jonnu Smith, though, is there. He's been a great tight end this year so far. This is probably not a game you want to stream Tannehill.
No.
Probably sit in this game. So yeah,
these teams are actually undefeated, which is pretty surprising also.
You're just looking for the Titans at Henry, Jonnu, and probably AJ Brown. If he's 100%, you're playing AJ Brown.
Yeah.
Yes, I agree.
Read the reports. All right.
That's the game.
If you made it this long, I forgot to mention at the beginning though. But on Instagram right now, we're doing a giveaway partnered with 20 or 19 other teams. So if you go to our Instagram, you might have a chance to win a jersey. There's a post on there. Read the post, do what it says. And we have another question coming in just Last minute question.
Ooh.
This one should be pretty easy. Watson against the Jaguars or Tannehill against the Bills?
Look, Watson has a great matchup. Billy B is no longer there. He's going to explode and let out. So here's an analogy. The Texans, Deshaun Watson in particular, just had 4 years of blue balls, and he's about to explode. All right? He's been waiting so long. Bill O'Brien is finally gone. I think back to a story that Britt told me one time that I won't repeat on the air, but on that subject.
I don't know if I know this story.
But yes, Deshaun Watson is going to go off this week. Tannehill, we just talked about maybe sitting him this week against the Bills.
Yeah.
So.
EP for life? We got a fellow Deer Parkian?
Go Deer.
Go Deer.
DP for life?
Danny Doughboy. I was going to say one more thing. Shit. What was it? I don't remember. Oh, yeah. We didn't do Thursday night games because they're actually playing right now as we speak. Quick update. What is the score?
13-0.
13-0.
Jesus, 42 notifications in our group chat. Sam and Turpin just talking shit to each other.
Brady has 120 yards passing with a touchdown. Ronald Jones, 10 carries for 50. Some dude named T. Johnson has 4 catches for 60 yards. And
Classic.
Mike Evans did catch a touchdown.
One catch, 2 yards, and a touchdown. That's the classic Mike Evans stat line there.
I did just read an article. Let me see if I can pull it up real quick. It was buy low and sell high, and it was sell high for Mike Evans. So I don't know if y'all agree with that, but
I mean, he's catching touchdowns every
Smith
week. So.
was the sell high.
All right, so that's it. Matt mentioned about Instagram. Go to Instagram, follow us there. Follow us on Twitter. Subscribe on Apple Podcasts. We've been putting these on the podcast, right?
Yeah.
And then continue to subscribe on YouTube. Keep coming with the questions. Keep coming to us Sunday morning with your start sit before the games. We enjoy those. And good luck this week as you get to 5-0. And we out.
We are